Are you with the right person? Good evening. Life is a journey, and along this journey, the people we choose to walk with play a pivotal role in shaping who we are and where we go. One of the most critical questions we face is, am I with the right person? This question is not just about romantic relationships. It applies to friendships, partnerships, and even the company we keep in everyday life. Today, let us delve deeper into understanding how we discern the right people to walk alongside us in this life. Before we can determine if we're with the right person, we must take a moment to reflect on what right truly means. It is not about superficial compatibility or fleeting emotions. It's about alignment on a deeper level. The right person is someone who resonates with your core values and principles, enhances your growth, and is genuinely invested in your well-being. Let's explore these dimensions further to understand their significance. The heart of any meaningful relationship is a shared set of values and principles. Values are the compass that guides our decisions, actions, and priorities in life. They define what we stand for and what we strive for. When two people share similar values, there is a natural alignment that forms the foundation of mutual understanding and respect. On the other hand, when values clash, it can lead to tension, misunderstandings, and even resentment. For instance, if one person deeply values honesty and transparency, while the other tends to hide the truth or avoid difficult conversations, trust erodes over time. Shared principles act as a binding force, ensuring that both individuals navigate life with a common moral and ethical framework. The right person also brings out the best in you. This doesn't mean they make you perfect or that the relationship is without challenges, but their presence inspires you to grow into the best version of yourself. They encourage your strengths, support your aspirations, and help you face your weaknesses with courage. This kind of support isn't about pressuring you to change or meet unrealistic expectations. It's about fostering an environment where you feel safe to evolve. For example, if you have a dream you've been hesitant to pursue, the right person will not only believe in your dream, but also stand by you as you take steps toward it. They will celebrate your victories and remind you of your potential when you doubt yourself. Equally important is the level of genuine investment the other person has in your well-being. The right person doesn't just care about how you make them feel, they care about how you feel and thrive. This goes beyond grand gestures or words of affection. It is reflected in their consistent actions and attentiveness. They listen when you speak, not just to respond, but to understand. They notice when you're struggling and offer help without being asked. They prioritize your emotional and physical health, even if it means making sacrifices or compromises. To illustrate, consider a couple where one partner is pursuing a demanding career in a field they are passionate about. The other partner may not share the same professional interests, but they show unwavering support by helping alleviate stress, encouraging their growth, and celebrating milestones. Perhaps they help create a balance between work and personal life, ensuring that the person chasing their dreams doesn't burn out or feel isolated. This level of care and support reflects true investment in their partner's well-being. When these three elements, alignment of values, encouragement of growth, and genuine care, are present, they create a relationship that is not only fulfilling, but also sustainable. Without them, even the most passionate connection can falter under the weight of unresolved conflicts and unmet needs. In life, finding the right person requires introspection and clarity about our own values, aspirations, and emotional needs. It's about recognizing that the right relationship isn't one that avoids all challenges, but one that provides the tools and support to navigate them together. By prioritizing these essential qualities, we pave the way for relationships that uplift, inspire, and endure. Every relationship, no matter how deep or lasting, is built on a foundation that determines its strength and longevity. This foundation serves as the base on which all other aspects of the relationship rest. If it is strong and rooted in trust, respect, and mutual understanding, it will hold firm even in the face of challenges. However, if it is weak and built on convenience, superficial attraction, or fear of being alone, it will inevitably falter when tested by life's difficulties. Trust is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. Without trust, even the simplest interactions can become fraught with doubt and insecurity. Trust allows both individuals to feel safe, confident, and free to express themselves fully. It provides a sense of stability, knowing that the other person's words and actions are reliable and their intentions are genuine. Respect, in turn, reinforces trust by ensuring that both parties value each other's thoughts, feelings, and boundaries. When there is mutual respect, conflicts are handled with care, and differences are seen as opportunities for growth rather than as threats. Number 3, mutual understanding is another critical component of a strong foundation. This goes beyond surface-level compatibility. It involves a deep awareness of each other's needs, desires, fears, and aspirations. When two people genuinely understand each other, they can navigate challenges with empathy and collaborate to find solutions that honor both perspectives. Understanding also fosters emotional intimacy, creating a bond that transcends the ups and downs of life. On the other hand, relationships built on convenience often lack these vital elements. Convenience might mean staying together because it's easier than starting over, or because the relationship fits into a certain lifestyle. While such a relationship may provide temporary comfort, it rarely sustains the emotional depth needed for long-term fulfillment. Similarly, relationships based solely on superficial attraction may initially seem exciting, but without trust, respect, and understanding, the connection is unlikely to withstand the inevitable shifts that come with time. Fear of being alone is another weak foundation that can trap individuals in unfulfilling relationships. This fear may lead someone to settle for less than they deserve or to remain in a situation that stifles their growth. While the fear of loneliness is a natural human experience, it should never be the reason to hold on to a relationship. Building a relationship on such a foundation often results in feelings of resentment, dissatisfaction, and emotional stagnation. Consider the example of a couple who initially bonded over a shared passion for travel. While their adventures brought them joy and excitement, they never took the time to develop deeper trust and understanding. Over time, as life presented challenges, financial difficulties, health concerns, and differing long-term goals, the cracks in their foundation became apparent. Without trust in their foundation became apparent, without trust and mutual respect, their disagreements escalated into arguments. Without a true understanding of each other's needs, they struggled to support one another effectively. Eventually, their relationship crumbled under the weight of these unresolved issues. In contrast, imagine another couple who built their relationship on a foundation of trust, respect, and understanding. They openly communicated their fears, aspirations, and values from the beginning. When challenges arose, such as one partner facing job loss, they approached the situation as a team. Their trust allowed them to lean on each other without hesitation. Their respect ensured that even in moments of stress, they treated each other with kindness and dignity. Their understanding enabled them to find solutions that honored both their individual needs and their shared goals. Because of their strong foundation, they weathered the storm and emerged with a deeper connection. Ultimately, the strength of a relationship lies in the foundation upon which it is built. A solid foundation requires intention, effort, and honesty from both individuals. It is not something that can be rushed or overlooked. as it determines how well the relationship can endure life's inevitable trials. By prioritizing trust, respect, and mutual understanding, we create relationships that are not only resilient but also profoundly enriching. Relationships at their core involve an exchange of energy between individuals. This exchange has a profound impact on our emotional, mental, and even physical well-being. Some people, known as builders, have a unique ability to inspire and uplift us. They challenge us to rise higher, celebrate our successes, and encourage our growth. Conversely, there are those who function as drainers, people whose presence leaves us feeling depleted, burdened, or diminished. Recognizing whether the people in our lives are builders or drainers is crucial for maintaining healthy, fulfilling relationships. Builders are those who infuse our lives with positivity and encouragement. They genuinely want to see us succeed and are willing to invest time and energy in supporting our aspirations. Their words and actions create a sense of empowerment, making us feel capable of achieving great things. Builders are not afraid to challenge us when necessary, but their challenges come from a place of care and a desire to see us grow. They remind us of our potential during moments of doubt and stand by us through our struggles. Drainers, on the other hand, have the opposite effect. These individuals often project negativity, whether intentionally or unintentionally. They may be overly critical, dismissive, or unsupportive. Instead of lifting us up, they focus on our flaws or failures, leaving us feeling inadequate or overwhelmed. Drainers may also demand constant attention or validation without reciprocating the same level of support, creating an unbalanced dynamic. Over time, their presence can sap our energy, erode our self-consciousness, and hinder our progress. The difference between builders and drainers often lies in their intentions and the emotional impact they have on us. Builders contribute to an environment of mutual respect, trust, and encouragement. They understand the importance of balance, ensuring that their energy contributions are uplifting and constructive. Drainers, on the other hand, may prioritize their own needs or insecurities over the well-being of others. This imbalance can lead to a one-sided relationship where one person constantly gives while the other takes. To illustrate, consider the example of two coworkers, Sarah and Emma. Sarah is a builder. She consistently encourages Emma in her professional endeavors, offering constructive feedback and celebrating Emma's achievements. When Emma is struggling with a challenging project, Sarah steps in with helpful suggestions and reminds her of her capabilities. Sarah's presence makes Emma feel supported, motivated, and confident in her work. In contrast, Emma's relationship with another coworker, Mark, is entirely different. Mark is a drainer. He frequently criticizes Emma's ideas without offering constructive solutions. When Emma shares her accomplishments, Mark downplays them or shifts the focus back to himself. His negativity and lack of support leave Emma feeling discouraged and undervalued. Over time, Emma begins to dread interacting with Mark because his energy consistently leaves her feeling drained and unappreciated. This example highlights how builders and drainers influence our emotional and mental states. Sarah's supportive energy helps Emma thrive, while Mark's negativity creates stress and diminishes her enthusiasm. The stark contrast between the two dynamics underscores the importance of surrounding ourselves with builders who add value to our lives. In any relationship, a shared vision and purpose act as guiding lights that align both individuals toward common goals and aspirations. These elements create a sense of unity and direction, ensuring that both people are moving in harmony rather than pulling in opposite directions. When a relationship is built on shared ideals and objectives, it becomes a partnership where both individuals contribute to a mutually fulfilling journey. Without this alignment, conflicting paths can lead to frustration, misunderstandings, and resentment over time. A shared vision encompasses more than just big picture goals like career plans or family aspirations. It includes core values, priorities, and the way two individuals view the world and their place in it. When two people share a vision, they are more likely to understand and support each other's decisions, even during challenging times. This mutual understanding creates a strong foundation of trust and cooperation, enabling them to overcome obstacles together. A shared purpose amplifies this connection, giving the relationship meaning and a sense of direction. On the other hand, when two people have conflicting visions or purposes, the relationship often faces significant strain. Misaligned goals can lead to a lack of support or even active opposition, causing both individuals to feel unfulfilled. Over time, these differences can foster resentment as each person feels their needs and aspirations are being sidelined. This disconnect may not be immediately apparent, but as life progresses and decisions become more significant, the cracks in the relationship become harder to ignore. Consider the example of two friends, David and Sam, who decide to start a business together. David envisions building a large company that focuses on long-term growth and innovation, while Sam prefers a smaller operation that emphasizes work-life balance and quick profits. Initially, their collaboration seems productive, but as they face key decisions, their differing visions begin to clash. David wants to reinvest profits into expanding the business, while Sam insists on distributing profits to maintain a simple, stable operation. Their inability to agree on a shared vision leads to frustration, arguments, and ultimately the dissolution of their partnership. Now contrast this with another example, Emma and Rachel, who also start a business together. From the beginning, they sit down to discuss their goals and agree on a shared vision of creating a sustainable, innovative company that prioritizes both growth and employee well-being. Whenever they face challenges, they revisit their shared purpose and use it as a compass to guide their decisions. Even when disagreements arise, their alignment allows them to navigate conflicts with respect and mutual understanding. Their shared vision keeps them united and motivated, resulting in a thriving partnership. The difference between these two examples highlights the importance of moving in the same direction. Relationships flourish when both individuals are not only clear about their own goals, but also willing to integrate them into a shared framework. This doesn't mean that both people must have identical aspirations, but their individual goals should complement and support one another rather than create opposition. It's also worth noting that visions and purposes can evolve over time. What matters is that both individuals remain open to growth and willing to adapt together. Regular communication is essential for maintaining alignment, as it allows each person to express their evolving needs and ensures that both remain invested in the relationship's direction. Ultimately, a shared vision and purpose bring clarity and strength to any relationship. They foster a sense of partnership where both individuals feel valued and understood. Without them, the relationship risks becoming a source of frustration and conflict. By prioritizing alignment and open communication, we can build connections that thrive and endure, providing mutual fulfillment and support throughout life's journey. Relationships serve as mirrors, reflecting aspects of ourselves that we might not easily see on our own. They have a unique way of showing us both our strengths and our weaknesses, giving us the opportunity to grow and evolve. The people we choose to surround ourselves with play a significant role in shaping our self-perception, as their reflections can either build us up or break us down. The mirror effect in relationships is powerful because it often reveals truths that can be uncomfortable yet transformative. When we are in a healthy relationship, the reflection we see is balanced and constructive. These relationships highlight our strengths, reminding us of our capabilities, talents, and positive traits. They encourage us to recognize and embrace our potential, fostering confidence and self-worth. At the same time, they gently expose our weaknesses, not to tear us down, but to help us grow. A good relationship challenges us to confront our flaws, improve, and become better versions of ourselves. This type of reflection is grounded in love and respect, creating a safe space for growth and self-discovery. In contrast, unhealthy relationships often magnify insecurities and doubts, leading to a distorted reflection of ourselves. These relationships can make us overly critical of our shortcomings while dismissing or undervaluing our strengths. This negative mirror creates an environment where self-doubt and fear thrive, leaving us feeling inadequate and stuck. People who reflect negativity often do so out of their own unresolved issues, projecting their insecurities onto others. While these reflections are not always an accurate representation of who we are, they can deeply affect how we see ourselves if left unchecked. For example, consider a young professional named Aisha who is navigating her career in a demanding industry. In one relationship, she has a close friend, Maya, who constantly reflects Aisha's strengths back to her. Maya celebrates Aisha's work ethic, creativity, and resilience, reminding her of her ability to overcome challenges. When Aisha expresses doubt about her skills, Maya provides constructive feedback and encourages her to keep striving. Maya also doesn't shy away from pointing out areas where Aisha can improve, such as time management, but she does so in a way that feels supportive rather than critical. This reflection helps Aisha grow both personally and professionally, boosting her confidence and inspiring her to work on her weaknesses. And then, around the same time, on the other hand, Aisha has another friend, Sarah, who unintentionally serves as a negative mirror. Sarah frequently criticizes Aisha's decisions, downplays her achievements, and compares her to others in a way that leaves Aisha questioning her worth. Instead of highlighting Aisha's strengths or encouraging her to grow, Sarah's reflections amplify Aisha's insecurities. Over time, Aisha notices that her interactions with Sarah leave her feeling drained and less confident, making her question the value of the relationship. These two contrasting examples illustrate the profound impact that the mirror effect can have on our self-perception and growth. The key is to recognize which relationships provide constructive reflections and which ones distort our view of ourselves. It's important to remember that while others' reflections can be valuable, they should never define us entirely. We must learn to discern between reflections that promote growth and those that hinder it. Healthy relationships act as mirrors that reflect our true selves, helping us to embrace our strengths and address our weaknesses with compassion. They provide an honest yet supportive perspective that encourages us to evolve while maintaining a sense of self-worth. In contrast, unhealthy relationships often reflect a distorted image, making us feel smaller, less capable, and more insecure. Ultimately, relationships are not just about companionship. They are opportunities for self-discovery and transformation. By surrounding ourselves with people who reflect positivity and growth, we can gain deeper insights into who we are and continue to build the best version of ourselves. Healthy relationships are dynamic and ever-evolving, much like the individuals within them. Growth is a natural part of life, and relationships thrive when both people are committed to evolving together. The growth factor refers to the ability of two individuals to adapt, learn, and progress alongside each other as they navigate life's changes and challenges. Without this willingness to grow, relationships risk becoming stagnant, leading to dissatisfaction and disconnect over time. Growth within a relationship doesn't mean that both individuals must change in identical ways or at the same pace. Instead, it means there is a shared commitment to self-improvement, mutual support, and adapting to new circumstances. Growth requires openness, communication, and a willingness to embrace challenges together. It also involves recognizing that change is inevitable and choosing to navigate it as a team rather than as adversaries. In a healthy relationship, growth is a collaborative process. Both individuals support each other's personal development, celebrating successes and offering encouragement during setbacks. This mutual investment creates a sense of partnership and shared purpose. Importantly, growing together does not eliminate disagreements or conflicts. Rather, it ensures that these moments become opportunities for deeper understanding and connection. And conversely, when one or both individuals resist growth, the relationship can become strained. Resistance to change may stem from fear, insecurity, or complacency, but it often leads to feelings of frustration and resentment. Over time, the gap between two people who are no longer moving in the same direction widens, making it difficult to maintain a meaningful connection. Consider the example of a couple, Ali and Sarah, who have been together for several years. Ali is ambitious and recently decided to pursue higher education to advance his career. While this decision requires significant time and effort, Sarah supports his growth wholeheartedly. She helps Ali manage his schedule, encourages him during challenging moments, and celebrates his academic achievements. At the same time, Sarah is exploring her passion for art and has started attending workshops to develop her skills. Ali reciprocates her support by creating a space where she feels valued and inspired. As Ali and Sarah pursue their individual growth, they also grow as a couple. They share their experiences, learn from each other, and adapt to the new dynamics in their relationship. This willingness to grow together strengthens their bond, making their relationship more resilient and fulfilling. Now imagine another scenario where one partner resists growth. Suppose Ali, instead of pursuing his education, remains stuck in a job he dislikes but refuses to take steps to improve his situation. Sarah, on the other hand, continues to explore her passions and expand her horizons. Over time, this imbalance creates tension. Sarah begins to feel unsupported, while Ali feels left behind. Without a shared commitment to growth, their relationship becomes strained, and their connection weakens. The difference between these two examples highlights the critical role of the growth factor in relationships. Growth doesn't mean avoiding challenges or always being in sync. It means committing to move forward together even when the path is uncertain or difficult. It requires humility to admit when change is needed, courage to take risks, and patience to support each other through the process. Ultimately, relationships that embrace the growth factor are those that endure. They provide a space where both individuals feel empowered to pursue their goals while remaining deeply connected. These relationships adapt to the natural ebb and flow of life, becoming stronger and more meaningful over time. When navigating relationships, we often seek clarity by analyzing external factors, compatibility, shared values, and life circumstances. Yet there is another, more subtle guide that we frequently overlook: our inner voice. This quiet, instinctual sense can provide profound insight into whether someone is truly right for us. Listening to your inner voice requires tuning into your emotions, intuition, and subconscious awareness, which often recognize truths that our rational minds take longer to grasp. The inner voice is a reflection of our authentic self, unclouded by societal expectations, fears, or the opinions of others. It is that instinctive feeling we get when something feels off or just right, even if we can't immediately articulate why. This inner guidance emerges from a deep reservoir of experiences, values, and subconscious observations. Ignoring it can lead to decisions that, while logical on the surface, may not align with our deeper sense of fulfillment and well-being. In relationships, ignoring this voice often stems from a desire to avoid discomfort or confrontation. We might rationalize red flags, convincing ourselves that issues will resolve over time or that we're being too critical. At times, the voice might urge us to leave a relationship that no longer serves us, but fear of loneliness or societal judgment keeps us anchored. Similarly, it may affirm that a connection feels genuine and healthy even when external circumstances challenge its feasibility. Listening to this voice requires courage, self-trust, and a willingness to embrace what it reveals, even if it conflicts with our immediate desires or expectations. Consider the example of Anya, a young professional who had been dating her partner Ryan for a year. On the surface, Ryan seemed perfect. He was charming, successful, and shared many of Anya's interests. However, Anya often felt a vague unease during their time together. Ryan's dismissive comments about her goals left her feeling unsupported, and his reluctance to communicate openly made her question their emotional connection. Each time these feelings surfaced, Anya's inner voice whispered that something wasn't right. Despite this, Anya hesitated to act on her instincts. Friends and family frequently praised Ryan, and Anya convinced herself that she might be overreacting. But the inner voice persisted, growing louder as she began to notice more subtle ways Ryan's behavior conflicted with her values. Eventually, Anya took the time to reflect honestly and acknowledge that the relationship wasn't aligned with her needs or aspirations. Though the decision to leave was difficult, it brought her a profound sense of relief and clarity. Later, she met someone whose support and emotional connection made her inner voice affirm without hesitation that she was in the right relationship, like she was meant to be. This example illustrates how the inner voice often identifies truths long before they become apparent to our conscious minds. In Anya's case, her intuition guided her away from a relationship that stifled her growth and toward one that nourished her well-being. The challenge was not in hearing the voice, but in trusting it and acting upon it. Listening to your inner voice doesn't mean acting on fleeting emotions or impulsive thoughts. Instead, it involves cultivating self-awareness and creating space for reflection. Meditation, journaling, or simply sitting with your feelings can help clarify what your instincts are telling you. It's also essential to differentiate between the voice of intuition and the noise of fear or doubt. Intuition tends to be calm, steady, and rooted in your authentic self, whereas fear is often reactive and driven by external pressures. By honoring your inner voice, you strengthen your connection to your true self and make decisions that align with your values and aspirations. This practice not only fosters healthier relationships, but also builds self-trust and confidence. The still, small voice within is a powerful guide. It often knows the truth long before your mind is ready to acknowledge it. Embracing it can lead you to deeper, more fulfilling connections and a greater sense of alignment in all areas of life. It said fear often acts as an invisible barrier in relationships, preventing us from making choices that align with our true desires and needs. Many individuals hold on to relationships not because they are genuinely fulfilling, but because of fear. Fear of loneliness, fear of failure, or fear of starting over. This fear can make us settle for relationships that are unbalanced or unhealthy, simply to avoid the discomfort of change. However, true freedom and fulfillment in relationships come when we learn to let go of this fear, trusting that the right people will stay and the wrong ones will fade away. Loneliness is one of the most powerful fears that can hold people back from ending unhealthy relationships. The thought of being alone, especially after having shared intimate moments with someone, can seem unbearable. This fear is often amplified by societal pressures that value being in a relationship as a measure of success or worth. People may fear that if they let go of a current partner, they might never find someone else who understands or connects with them in the same way. This fear of being alone can lead to prolonged suffering in relationships, as individuals tolerate behaviors or situations that do not serve their well-being simply to avoid the pain of being without companionship. Similarly, the fear of failure can keep people stuck in relationships that are no longer working. When we invest time, energy, and emotion into a connection, it's natural to want it to succeed. The fear of admitting that something is not working can be overwhelming, especially if we've envisioned a future together or faced judgment from others about the relationship. It can feel like a personal failure, and that fear of failure can create a sense of guilt or shame, making it even harder to let go. Starting over is another fear that often keeps people in unsatisfactory relationships. The idea of rebuilding your life, finding new friends, or even learning how to navigate dating again can seem daunting. The comfort of familiarity, even when it's unhealthy, can feel safer than the uncertainty of a new beginning. However, starting over can also be the path to healing, growth, and the discovery of relationships that truly support and nourish us. True freedom and fulfillment in relationships come when we release these fears and trust that letting go of the wrong people will open up space for the right ones. Relationships should not be sustained by fear, but by love, respect, and mutual support. When we allow ourselves to let go of relationships that no longer align with our values, growth, or happiness, we create room for relationships that will truly enhance our lives. For example, consider the case of Sarah, who had been in a relationship with Tom for several years. Despite their history together, Sarah often felt unsupported and emotionally drained. Tom's behavior was unpredictable, and his lack of communication left her feeling neglected. The thought of leaving him was terrifying. She feared being alone, feared that she might never meet someone else who could understand her in the same way. However, Sarah eventually recognized that her fear was holding her back from living the life she truly wanted. After much introspection, Sarah decided to let go of the relationship. The process was painful and filled with uncertainty, but as she moved through the initial discomfort, she began to feel a sense of liberation. Without Tom in her life, Sarah had the space to rediscover her passions, spend time with friends, and pursue new interests. Over time, Sarah met someone who aligned with her values and respected her autonomy. The freedom she gained by letting go of the fear of starting over allowed her to build a more fulfilling, supportive relationship. Sarah's story is a testament to the power of letting go of fear. By trusting that the right people would remain and the wrong ones would fade away, she created the opportunity for growth and connection. Fear may be a natural part of life, but when it comes to relationships, it should not dictate our decisions. Letting go of unhealthy relationships opens the door to true freedom, the freedom to build connections that bring joy, mutual respect, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. When we trust that the universe or life will provide the right relationships at the right time, we no longer need to cling to those that drain us. Relationships are not about holding on for the sake of fear. They are about nurturing connections that allow both individuals to grow, evolve, and thrive. The act of letting go of fear is not a loss, but a powerful step toward embracing the abundant possibilities that await us. In the end, being with the right person is not about perfection, but alignment. It's about walking with those who nurture your soul, encourage your purpose, and bring peace to your journey. If you find yourself questioning whether you're with the right person, take heart. It's an opportunity for growth, clarity, and ultimately transformation. Remember, you deserve to walk with those who truly see you, believe in you, and journey alongside you with integrity and love. Let this truth guide you in all your relationships. Thank you.